Hello, Mission Control. Well, today we're going to be working on getting the tent put together. What we have is a White Duck Outdoors. Check that out. Alpha wall tent. We have the 10 foot by 12 foot. It has an aluminum frame that goes with it. Even essentially it's a guide tent for taking out in the mountains, like what I used to do with my dad. Going out and you'd pack it in on a mule. You definitely need a mule. And you set it up. You'd be out there for a long time. It has a stove hole and everything. Not that we're going to be having a stove out here, but we could. It's also rated for snow. But if you're wondering why am I putting up a tent when we had the failure of the last tent, just a reminder, that tent failed and it wasn't supposed to. It was well under its snow load, so it was a manufacturer's defect. They did not want to pay for it. But this tent obviously is not going to be able to hold 4 feet of snow or 3 feet of snow or probably even 2 feet of snow. So what we're signing up for here is maintenance. If it snows a lot, I'm going to have to come out here and take care of the tent. That's fine. The trade here is running back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth to get tools and supplies up at the barn and put them away every night, or to be able to come out here from time to time when it snows, have all my tools out here, not have to run back and forth, but have to come out here just a few times, like I was saying, and knock off the snow. So I consider that a good trade. That's why we're going to get it all set up. So we need to unbox it. I also got some pole lights that we're going to be putting up since we got the electrical and everything set up out here. That way we can work at night and light this place up. So I'm excited to see how well those things do. I think that's about it. So we're going to need to unbox this thing, get it all laid out, follow the instructions, and start getting it put up. I think it's a two-man job, so we'll see how far I can get by myself. I want to apologize to everybody up front. It has been so long since I've done YouTube videos. I find I'm very much out of practice. So these first ones, are going to be kind of rough as I get back into the swing of things. I was getting pretty good at my videography when I was doing it, but it is definitely a muscle, and if you don't work it out, it atrophies. So we'll see how fast I can get back on the saddle here. So let's unbox it. I think this first one is going to be the poles. It came in 3 shipments. The first shipment was actually just an envelope that had the instruction manual in it. And the second shipment was the tent, and the third shipment was the poles. So we'll see how well everything survived. Okay, well, first thing you notice, man, they didn't skimp on the pole holder. My goodness, look at that. That's canvas. It's a nice heavy duty canvas. Let's see if I can get out. Oh, that is not light at all. Same thing, canvas bag, really nice. There we go. Mad about this. Woo! 2-pack wheel kind of job there. Now the first thing I noticed, actually using the tent cord inside of there to hold the tubes together so you don't have to fight too hard to figure out which one goes where. So that's nice. Parts out of the tent for the tent stakes, and man, they wrapped it in wool, and really pretty impressive packaging job here. Really nice material, and we're not going to end up using all the stakes, but because we've got a different plan. Yeah, this is all heavy-duty steel here. That tent ain't going nowhere. Woo-wee. We got instructions to read here. I read it already. Okay, assemble the tent. Step 1, unpack the tent poles. Yep, did that. Step 1 of the instructions is done. So the next thing I got to do is get the bottom brackets on, and then it looks like we're building walls. So it's going on pretty fast. That whole thing right there took, once I figured it out and how it all went, it was like, 5 minutes. All right, step 2 of the instructions is done. The mallet worked perfectly, just tapped a little bit on the end, got that bubble out of it, and kind of tapped it into place. It looks like some of you need to tap it into place anyway, probably just the first time. Then when you take it apart, it's gonna be hard to take apart, but it'll be grooved out at that point. I got the bottom sections all put in, unless I'm reading these wrong, the next thing I'm supposed to do is start going up on one side and putting the legs on, move it into place, and then the hard part, getting the canvas tarp on by myself. Well, you can get an idea of what it's all going to look like. Now, I made a mistake already. You're only supposed to put one side of the legs on and then put the tent over the top of it, so that getting the tent over the top of it does not require a ladder. So, I got to take one side off, then unfurl the tent and get it going. Try this part again. Let me take you inside. First, they got liner everywhere where there's a post, stove hole. They also have these little cutouts very top here where the posts go on both sides, so you don't get any rubbing. Obviously, we have to tighten that down. There we go. Yeah, really nice. I got these outdoor work lights, LEDs off of Amazon. I forget how much. It wasn't very expensive. 40 bucks, I think, per light. The Stanley versions of the same thing were about 100 some odd bucks, and I was just like, it's just an LED light. But we'll find out if my choice here was a good one or not. Basic site lighting. That didn't cut very good. Not bad. All right, with that, we have the sides secured. All the tent posts have been screwed into the floor itself. The mud flap, the storm flap, has been brought in underneath those foot pegs and also secured to the floor. It's really nice. I've gone backcountry horseback riding a lot of my life, and we've always had a canvas tent, but we just bring the tent, and then either we create log poles or secure it to a tree or what have you. So it's kind of neat seeing how the frame came together. All in all, I say if I knew what I was doing and one person, you could definitely get this up in under an hour. I had to do some special stuff, had to drill some holes in the deck to secure everything to it, but if you were just out in the backcountry or putting this up at like for a glamping or something site, it would take an hour to put it up, so not bad at all. Material, nice cloth material, waterproof, UV resistant, not flame resistant, so got to be careful with flame, but pretty nice. Nice tent. I'm actually going to bring my old desk from up the house that I used to have. It's a pretty big desk. We're going to put that out here since I have a standing desk up there that I've been using in my office since I've been spending so much time there. So I'm going to go grab that with the tractor, bring it out here, put it in, and then we'll get some lights up, turn the power on, and see what this place looks like. Well, that certainly changes the lighting, doesn't it? I really like these lights. They swivel and all that. I've never had them that have done that before, so we'll see how they do on the work site when we get going here. Welcome to Phoenix Base, I guess. Got some extension cords to bring in, have some more power outlets and stuff. Don't need too many since I got it wired up, but just need to bring it all to the right spot. Get my battery chargers out here, air compressor, welder. Got some neat stuff coming, so excited to share that all with you. But now we have a place to put it. Have to keep our eye on the weather, of course. If it snows a lot or too much ice, have to come out here and take care of it. We'll see how well it performs. Not too bad putting everything up. Really quite happy with how everything turned out here. This flooring is great for the temporary nature of everything. Like I rip it all up, get to the digester. You know, this summer we're going to start working on the digester again, getting that thing going. So having the floor, it's open, it's ventilated. There's no place for fumes to get caught down there or anything like that. So I'm really happy about that. But even with the cross members that I put in, there's still some spots on the floor just because of how it lines up. There's like 2 spots on the floor that are a little bit iffy that I'll, basically, I'll just walk around because it's not that big a deal. This is my tool storage tent. I ain't coming out here to live, and we're not going to be spending a whole lot of time just hanging out in the tent. The idea is to keep the tools dry, safe, probably put a little small heater in here if I spend a lot of time out at the site just to come and get warm, because it is going to get pretty cold. But that's it. Thanks for following along. I hope you enjoyed this video. We got a lot more to show now that Phoenix Base is up. We'll get it fully operational, and we'll get ready to start doing the build, which I'm excited to share with you which one we're going to do. Thanks again for following along. If you liked this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, hit subscribe. In the meantime, this is The Real Martian. Out.